Basically, if you ever dealt with an avoidant, then you know exactly what it feels like to have that honeymoon stage. You know exactly what it feels like to literally meet like you literally just met the love of your life, even though you didn't just meet the love of your life because you just met him and you don't even know who he is. You don't even know how bad he's hurt. You don't even know how bad he's about to hurt you and take you along with him. He's about to take you for a ride. Buckle the fuck up. It's about to get interesting. Welcome back to your favorite Brazilian. This is going to be Storytime Zuzino, a new series that I'm starting because, girl, I've lived 10 different thousand lives. Jokes aside. Both in this universe and I'm pretty sure some other ones. Okay? You're talking to a very old soul, but you're also talking to a pretty reckless bitch. I'm not gonna lie to you. I do a lot of things for the plot. I did a lot of things for the plot. And now that we've grown from it, we can have some fun and we can talk about it because you shouldn't be ashamed of the things that you did for the plot. You should just change the plot, bitch. Where's the plot going? Let's stop doing this shit. What storyline is this? It has to lead somewhere. You can't just keep doing, but I digress. Today, I'm going to be telling my story time on my experience with an avoidant. An avoidant is basically so afraid of being abandoned that they run from any sign of intimacy. So if you ever tried to love an avoidant, if you ever tried to be friends with an avoidant, if you ever tried to show any type of affection or intimacy with an avoidant, they're going to push you away. My first impression of him, again, we're talking about my point of view. I have an attraction to sad and dead eyes, almost like. And I don't want to say I have an attraction as in I'm trying to affirm it and I'm trying to attract that similar experience, but I physically am attracted. Like, I like when the person has sad eyes. And I just remember when I met him, he just had such these sad eyes, like, damn. And the little fatherless, you know, part that I didn't heal just yet, because, you know, this is back then, was like, I'm gonna fix you. I'm gonna fix you and I'm gonna make you happy again, and we're gonna get you loving again, and we're gonna get you to grow the fuck up. Basically. We're gonna get you to grow the fuck up. We're gonna get you to grow the fuck up. Let's get you to grow the fuck up. Okay, I hope everybody was tuned into the other clip because my camera literally just like no space on the memory card is ridiculous because I literally just started recording. Basically, if you ever dealt with an avoidant, then you know exactly what it feels like to have that honeymoon stage. You know exactly what it feels like to literally meet like you literally just met the love of your life, even though you didn't just meet the love of your life because you just met him and you don't even know who he is. You don't even know how bad he's hurt. You don't even know how bad he's about to hurt you and take you along with him. He's about to take you for a ride. Buckle the fuck up. It's about to get interesting. No, literally, because I'm telling the story. It's about to get to the plot. First time we argued was because we were laying on the bed. We were laying on the bed. I'm laid up. I get a little too close to his chest. I'm hearing hoes laughing at me. I'm like, oh. Something told me to open my eye. Just something. Something told me, open your eye real quick just to see who he's texting. I see hard eyes. I see thank yous. Mind you, we're saying thank you to the City Bop. We're saying thank you to the City Bop. I recognize that name. That most hated in her bio. I recognize that. Mind you, she's not most hated. She's just most fucked. She's just most known. It's the City Bop. It's the City Bop on his phone. And he's saying thank you to her. Do you know how many men she probably calls handsome a day? You're not special, my baby. You're saying thank you to anything. You're giving me easy. I'm thrown off. Okay, boom. I took a little mental picture. I took a little mental. I'm really just showing off my camera, but you know I'm still telling the story. I took a little mental. Let me just make a note of that because you really just sat here and text this little bitch back and thought that I wasn't gonna see that my woman intuition wasn't gonna tell me to open my eyes because I'm opening my eyes and I'm seeing shit for what it really is. Mind you, you haven't even shown me all of you. Oh, and on top of that, if it wasn't already God telling me, hey, this situation is not about to work out, because after the night that we had or whatever, his phone broke. No, like he sent me the picture. Like his phone literally broke. Like we had that magical night together and it was great. And you know, the vibes were everywhere and the sparks were everywhere and he was just doing everything right. And how you eat the box like that? That's about it. How do you eat the box like that? Where did you learn that? You're a hoe. That's where my mind should have went. But I'm like, no, this shit feels good. I'm about to. So I'm like, okay, so let me see the phone. He's like, well, see the phone for what? And I'm like, what do you mean? Let me see the phone. You're not texting nobody back, right? So, okay, so let me see the phone. Boom, I unlock the phone. As soon as I unlock the phone, now he's running around with the phone. Now I'm chasing him. Now I'm literally chasing him. Like, I'm literally on the other side of the room going like this, trying to reach for the phone, because why are you trying to act like I didn't just see what I just saw? You're sneaky. Thank you for showing me that. I get it now, right? I don't know how the argument flipped around, and I don't know how we got to me, but we got to me. Bitch, I blinked, he's going through my phone, bitch. Bitch. Ho. He's going through my phone. Not only is he going through my phone, he's going through my recently deleted chats. Tell me why. Tell me why he goes through one of the recently deleted chats. Why is one of the most recent text messages his friend? That I didn't even know that they were close? Why? Let me ask you a little question. Why in New York everybody know each other? Why as soon as I'm talking to one dude from the Bronx, it's 3 more dudes from the Bronx and they all mans? They're all friends. They're all connected. They all know each other. I can't wink at this one without this one being like, wait a second, you know my mans? I know your mans. You know your mans. You guys know each other. Everybody in this fucking city knows each other. Don't look at me like that. I don't have shit to do with that. Mind, he's going through these chats. I just sent this man attachments. I just sent him mirror pictures. He's telling me he can't wait to see me. He's reading this. He's like, bitch, who are you? I'm like, who are you? You're texting City Bops. He's like, you're texting my friend, though. I'm like, but I didn't know you bitches were friends, though. And I say bitches because it's like, sometimes you meet a few feminine men that are like, oh, like, you're a bitch. You're a bitch. You give it up like a bitch. You talk back like a bitch. You're being bitchy to me right now. And I don't like that. I want to be the girl in the relationship. I want that for myself. That's not your role to play. He's like, so you're talking to my man. And I'm like, but you're talking to the City Bop. And he's like, but you're talking to my man. But I'm like, you're talking to City Bop, though. Like, we're even. Like, we're okay. We're even. Like, as long as we keep fucking with each other. And literally, that's how the conversation ended. Like, we got to a common ground. We were like, look, I'm going to text who I want to text. You're going to text who you want to text. I mean, obviously, I blocked his friend because I just found out they were friends. So after that, that was dead for the whole situation. I had to make a choice. That was the day that I had to make the choice and I made the wrong one. That was the day that I had to make the choice and I made the wrong one. Not necessarily that I made the wrong one because I was never going to love his friend, right? This whole little casual thing, it turned into love. Why? Because I'm a lover girl. And everything that I touch, I'm going to add a little love to it. Some people accept it, some people don't. Either way, I'm still love. It is what the fuck it is, you know? I did that, and he did that, and we did that, all right? And we come to a common ground. We're like, look, you can text bitches back. I'm not stressing you. You're in a whole different city. I wouldn't expect you to do anything different. But at the end of the day, you fuck somebody else, you cross the line. You cross the line, you don't even fuck. If we're doing what we're doing, and we're liking what we're doing, and we want to keep doing what we're doing, we're only going to be doing with each other. I lied, he lied. I lied, he lied. He's in a whole different city. You don't think he's going? I'm in a whole different city. I'm not going. But if I see my old little sneaky link, little something somewhere, and I don't have no ties to you, and I know that this little sneaky link is just a link, and I know that my feelings are here with you, and I just saw you texting bitches back, you think I'm really going to trust the fact that you said you're not going to fuck nobody? I know that you're fucking somebody. I felt it. Because now we have soul ties, little hoe. So I woke up at 2 or something in the morning, and I'm like, he's fucking another bitch. No, seriously, he's fucking another bitch. This is happening. It's happening, and it happened. I gave it 2 days. I get a call. Hey, did you know? I'm like, oh, makes sense. That's why I couldn't sleep last night. That's why I've been getting little random mood swings. That's why things are starting to add up and he's getting a little mean. I'm starting to think, do you even like me? He's mean. He's being mean. He's being inconsiderate. I'm like, oh, it's another bitch. That was quick. That happens. I'm thinking that it's about to change stuff. It's not about to change nothing. Even though I'm doing my thing, he's doing his thing, whatever. It's still to the point where it's like, we're still vibing. We're still on the phone sometimes. We're still talking sometimes. We're still trying to see each other. We're still trying to spend some time with each other. But now it's my birthday night. And if you know from my old Storytime, which if you haven't watched that Storytime, go watch that Storytime. Now it's my birthday night. It's my birthday, right? Boom. This is before we healed the fatherless wound. Before we healed the fatherless wound, he could look at me for more than 3 seconds and I'm like, he's in love with me. He's so attentive with me. He sees me. He doesn't see you. He just wants to crack you, right? It's my birthday, the day that I was born, right? Where are my flowers? Where are my words of affirmation? Where is the it's your birthday feeling? All I got was some birthday back shots. You can keep those little weak ass shits. You know why? You can keep the weak shits. I'm not gonna lie, it's weak. If I don't feel it by the third stroke, it's weak. It's weak. It's weak. The first stroke, okay, that first initial, that's what bitches fiend for real. That's what bitches are breaking no contact for. That's what bitches are calling phones and going crazy over. It's just that initial stroke. It's just that one little hit that's like, you just entered a different dimension, right? But if your pussy is, if your thing gets wet the way that it needs to get wet, by the second stroke, second, third stroke, you're not feeling nothing. You're not feeling nothing. You're not feeling nothing. Oh, you like that? You like that? Like what, babe? I don't feel it. What am I supposed to be liking? This little shit right here? That's it? That's all you got? Oh, you like that? You like that? I'm saying deeper. You can't go no deeper, right? That's all you got? Oh. Keep it. Bundle it up. Scrunch it up. Put it in your pocket. And keep it. I don't want it. You're good. It was my birthday, though, so I wanted it. So, fuck it. I mean, it was my birthday. It was my birthday, bitch. I wanted that shit. I don't care. Right? That happens. Now I'm feeling a little clingy. Now I'm feeling like, oh my gosh, we just like this. I gotta be under his skin. Like, ugh, like I'm feeling 10 times closer. He's an avoidant. He hates that. He hates that. He hates that. And that's how it always goes. That's why we're always on good terms before we fuck. After we fuck, the rest of the night is going to be a complete vibe kill. It's going to be weird. It's going to be awkward. It's going to be, am I doing too much? Am I not doing enough for the rest of the night? Why? Because during sex is when I feel closest to him. So, because he doesn't show any actual emotional intimacy after that. When we vibe and we have a good time and we hang out, that's superficial shit. I can sit there and I can laugh with you and I can make little jokes and all that other shit. But the intimate stuff, that's where he gets uncomfortable. That's where he runs. That's where he's like, you know what? I'm not about to put up with this. I just want to go find a bitch that's going to let me crack and just be the dickhead that I am. And I'm like, I'm not that type of bitch because now I want to make you better. But even though I want to make you better, you're not ready to become better. So now everything that I do to make you better or show you better is going to trigger the fuck out of you because you're not ready for that shit. You don't know what to do with it. You're going to mishandle it. The same way you mishandled me. Some people might call it a fumble. I don't use words like fumble because I don't think that there is such thing as fumble. I think that you meet people when you meet them. And I feel like if you cherish them, great. And I feel like if life ever puts you through a point where you're going to miss that person, you're just going to have to sit there in the mirror and really just be like, well, I did that shit to myself. Like, there's really not more that I can do because I did it to myself type of thing, you know? We're laying on the bed, mind you, clingy. I'm getting clingy. I want to be in your skin. I want to be in your skin. Like, I love you. I love the way you smell. I love the way you talk. I love you. So I want to be with you. And it doesn't matter what we're doing because now I'm in the room with you. Again, delusional. It's my birthday night. What am I doing getting birthday back shots in my friend's room, right? If I was to be dating a man, a real man, I'm talking he has his shit together. I'm talking he likes to go out and experience things. Oh, babe, we're going on a date. And I feel like that's the thing that he doesn't really get to. Like, it could have been a little McDonald's, little parked car combo. You know what I mean? If the connection is there, if the vibe is there, if I'm into the conversation, my mind is being stimulated by all the things that we're talking about, this is a date to me. I'm bonding with you. I'm getting to know who you are. When you're dealing with an avoidant, it's not going to get further than superficial. It's not going to get further than this is where we're going to keep it and this is how it's going to be. Because at the end of the day, anytime that you try and see who they actually are, that's when they want to run. Because they don't even really know who they are. So that's going on. Again, clingy. I ask him. I'm like, am I annoying you a little bit? And I always do this. Every time. And that's another red flag that I should have paid attention to. Every time that we would hang out, I would constantly be like, am I bothering you right now? And I'm giving him an opportunity to say, yeah, you know what? You are being a little clingy. I want my space. Not because I'm going to sit there and bitch about it and cry about it and get upset and have an attitude for the rest of the night. No. So I can go find something else the fuck to do. So I can go and I can edit some videos while you play your game, since you want to play your game so motherfucking bad, even though you just played it, even though you just lost 4 rounds back to back, but you still want to play. Why you still want to play? You just lost 4 rounds back to back. You just lost 4 rounds back to back. Why do you want to play? What fun are you getting from losing? When you could be getting coochie out the queen. You could be getting coochie out the queen, but you want to play and lose every four back to back, 4 rounds back to back. You're losing. Whole time we could be 4 rounds back to back. You're winning. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, why are you doing that? But anyway, whatever. I'm laying on his chest again. I don't know if you noticed, but every time some bullshit goes on, every time the vibe gets thrown, it's because I'm laying on his chest. I already felt it. So I said, am I bothering you? Am I annoying you a little bit? This time he's honest. He said, yeah, I mean, a little bit. I said, okay, do you want me to move? I go to move. He pulls me back in. So now we're sitting there. We're just watching TikToks, you know, laughing. And that's one thing I really enjoy about spending time with him is the fact that we're always laughing at dumb shit. Like, he has the dummiest childlike humor, right? But he also has a childlike mindset because, again, it's my birthday. Why am I not going to a restaurant? Why are we not going out to eat? And it doesn't even have to be the fanciest restaurant, just something, though. Flowers at Walgreens cost like $5. If you have $5 to get some grabba to smoke your feelings away, you have $5 to grab me some flowers. But he's not thinking like that. He's thinking like a little boy. He's thinking, yeah, I'm about to see my little shit. I'm about to crack. I get bitches now. I get bitches. Everything's about bitches. I'm not the bitches that you fuck with. I'm a woman. So when you come and talk to me and when you approach me, you're going to approach me like a woman. You're going to talk to me like a woman. You are going to handle me like a woman with gentleness and care and assertiveness to the point where I feel like I'm in the room with a man. Because why it's my birthday night and I feel more manly than you. And I feel like I have to handle the whole situation that just played out. Which, bitch, stay the fucking tune. This is the situation that played out, okay? This is the situation that played out. Listen to this shit like a little podcast, bitch. But listen, though. Basically, I get a call from one of my old little vibes. He calls me and he's like, hey, so I was just wondering, like, what you were doing. I was going to see if I could pick you up. I'm like, oh, I'm not home. He's like, where you at? Not home. Oh, but where are you at, though? Hey, I just told you I'm not home. Put 2 and 2 together and get the fuck off of my phone. I'm not home. Get off my phone. That's where I'm at. I'm not home. Dominican shit is looking at me. He's looking at me. He's just smirking. So I put the phone down. I'm trying to go back to laughing. Ha, 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 ha. Like, you know, like, we don't have to discuss what that was. No. Zeno, who was that? And he's smiling. Zeno, who was that? And I'm like, oh, just somebody I used to talk to. Which is true. It is somebody I used to talk to. But I'm neglecting the fact that we just smoked at a party the other day. And yeah, like, I was with him the other day. So that's why he feels so comfortable to call me and ask if he wants to pick me up. Because we were just at a party together. And we were just together in the same room, just me and him. So you know that, like, you're meeting up with the old vibe. It's not going to be no friendly little smoke sesh. It's on some, you look good, how you been? I haven't talked to you. Like, what's up? I haven't seen you in a while. You still not shit? Oh, bet me too. Let's kiss. No, literally. That's how that shit went. So, right. But, so my dumbass folds under pressure, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to tell you, but if I tell you, you can't get mad. And of course, he's like, oh, okay, of course, I'm not going to get mad. I'm not going to be mad. Like, let's just talk about it, right? So I tell him that I was at the party with this man, and he obviously shuts down. So now for the rest of the night, he's literally emotionally shut down. Like, he's giving me silent treatment the entire night. The whole thing with avoidance, silent treatment is their thing, okay? Silent treatment is their thing. Whether they're doing it in front of your face, whether they're doing it behind your back, that ghosting thing, they're a ghost within the relationship as well. Yes, they're emotionally showing up as a ghost. They are, even in conversations, it's like a switch that they turn on and off. As soon as it gets intimate, off. Soon as it makes them feel a little too vulnerable, off. Disconnect, dismiss the conversation. That's how that goes. So when he's giving me silent treatment all night, I'm like, but wait, we were just having a good time. It's my birthday. We were just about to hang out. But But no, that's not what he wanted to do. That's not what he had his mind on. He generally just wanted me to get the fuck out of his face because he feels like I just played him. And I get it, even though we had like our little discussions or whatever, but texting somebody and not knowing that people are close, that's one thing, right? Going out of your way to go see an old link, I can't imagine the things that was going on in his mind. But then again, my point of view is like, well, wait, it's my birthday though. So like, what do I have to sit here and owe you? We're not together. You were just texting bitches back. You were just hugging bitches side to side. Like you knew them for years. You were just posting for the host specifically. Posting little shit for the host specifically. You're out booking tattoo appointments. You're not booking those tattoo appointments for yourself. You're booking them for the bitches. Because one thing about a little ass boy, everything's for the bitches, because that's where the ego comes from. So that's why when I make my content and I tell women, don't let these men drain life out of you, and don't let these people, have so much power over you, is because they need you to feel that ego boost that they're feeling. That whole they're treating you like shit, they wouldn't even be comfortable treating you like shit if you didn't give them the time of day. And it's not even on some access stuff. It's literally just giving them the time of day. And I think that a lot more women need to tap into that inner beauty and that inner wisdom to really understand, like, you as a woman is a good thing in a man's life. You're showing up, and you're showing up with value. You're adding to it. Whether that's, causing him to be a little more gentle, whether that's changing his view on life and his goals, or, whether that's teaching him how to work in a team so he can make you better and you can make him better, type of thing, right? Approach me like that. Don't approach me like a little groupie just because I sit here and wear my Fashion Nova two-piece set. My ass is fat, my stomach is flat, I'm gonna show it. It never gave groupie though. It never gave groupie. The bitches that you're fucking with, they have no substance, babe. So my whole thing is like, yeah, you think that bitches is all this and you think bitches are all that, but what are these bitches doing for you though, other than throwing you pussy? Really get out of them other than pussy. But that's all he's worried about, because he thinks like a little boy. He thinks like a little boy. And it's not because he's not smart, and it's not because he doesn't have the intelligence. It's simply just because he does not love himself. And that's another thing with avoidance you have to understand. They're avoidant because they're extremely insecure. And all that insecurity comes from believing that they are unlovable and that they don't get to have good things. It's kind of like if a good thing shows up in your life and you have that self-sabotage habit of, but when is the shoe going to drop? Simple as that. When is the shoe going to drop? When are things going to start popping up that it's like, oh, okay, I knew this shit was too good to be true, basically. So birthday night, whatever, we don't talk at all. I text him, I text him and I'm like, hey, like I really want to talk about what happened this weekend. Like, let's just talk it out, and I'm really sorry for not giving you your space. One thing about an avoidant, and this is something that I learned, and even though I'm not interested in having a relationship like that with him anymore, I would say that if you are trying to make it work with an avoidant, because they're not bad people, they're so fucked up that they're going to fuck you up. Like, whether you like it or not, they're just going to mess you up, and they're just going to have you all types of fucked up in the head and all that, right? So when an avoidant person demands space, whether they're coming out and they're saying it, it's because they want their space. Like, they generally just want their space. They generally just want you to leave them the fuck alone. And you're going to have a much better time having a conversation or reaching a point where things have cooled down for you to see eye to eye if you just leave them the actual fuck alone. You know what I mean? If you just give them the space to miss you, and you just give them... And I will say one thing that in the story time as well, which I always take accountability for any of my story times. Like, even if it's the funniest, most entertaining things, I'm going to tell you where I took part in this. And where I took part in this is being emotionally manipulative. You know what I mean? I'm trying to make him feel bad for me on purpose so I can get his attention so we can have that conversation. But he's not in the position to have a conversation. Like, he just wants me to leave him the fuck alone. And I should have left him the fuck alone instead of trying to insist and trying to talk to me. No, talk to me. No, talk to me. No, talk to me. No, talk to me. Saying talk to me doesn't mean anything, because at the end of the day, he just doesn't want to talk to you. Like, his feelings are hurt. And he has a right, because even though we're not together, all that just happened in his face. Like, in his face. He's watching that shit. It's one thing to know that your hoe is going. It's one thing to know that your hoe is going, but to see your hoe going, that's different. Like, that's just some different shit. Like, that's some different shit. But Fuck it though. What the fuck? I just saw you texting bitches back. I gotta have a little plan B too. What if this shit doesn't work out? But then now I'm thinking like a little girl, because if it doesn't work out, girl, you're just gonna be by yourself like a grown ass woman, like a grown ass woman should be. You're not gonna be looking for the next person to make you feel good about yourself. You should already do that by yourself. So that's already showing that me and him, again, similarity, right? Oh, you're insecure? Bet, we're twins. You're deeply insecure too, twins. Oh, twins. That's why I understand you, because I used to be you, or because I'm, And the universe will do that. The universe will bring people into your life that serve as reflections and serve as mirrors. They're coming into your life to make you aware of the things that you need to heal and the things that you need to change within yourself, especially relationships, right? Relationships, you're not getting triggered for no reason. You're getting triggered because this person is a reflection of you. You're getting triggered because that's something that you know that you would do, or that you don't like that you already do. So now you're projecting all that triggerness, if that's even a word, which I don't really give a fuck, because it made sense, bitch. And if it makes sense to me, then guess what? Yeah. All that triggerness, you're just getting triggered. His silent treatment was basically his self-defense. His silent treatment was, I feel safe in my silence, and I feel safe in acting like this argument never happened. I feel safe in knowing that I don't want to fuck with you no more. Because I remember I asked him, I'm like, so you just want to be done after this? Like, just keep it real. We're not gonna fuck with each other after this. He's like, yeah. Still sent that paragraph next day though, because one thing about me, I'm gonna get that shit off my chest. And I did. I told him, I said, I really should have given you your space, and I'm sorry that you felt like I was playing with you, but we aren't together, so I don't think that I disrespected you, but I do take accountability for doing it in your face. Like, I can get where you're coming from. And the message that he sent, it was sweet and it was to the point, and it made me feel like we were finally communicating, but he's an avoidant. So now my nervous system is recognizing, okay, when things are good, just wait for the shoe to drop. Wait for some shit to happen. Wait for something to pop up where it shows, yeah, this was too good true. Like, this was too good to be true in the first place. Just wait. Just wait. Just give it a second, because something is going to happen. We are going to be like, I knew we couldn't get it right this time. And, it's going to sound dumb, but the reason that I kept going back is because I loved him. It is what it is. Us women, when we love people, and it goes for friendships as well, we pour our whole heart into it, because that's just what we do. So, or at least what I do. Like, that's just how I move with any relationship, any connection. I pour my heart into it, because I genuinely believe that if you are meant to be in alignment with, if you're meant to experience my heart, then we align in some kind of level. Because in order to get that deep, we have to resonate on that level. But again, avoidance, they're going to trigger what's not healed in you. And so this whole night that he's giving me silent treatment and he's giving me rejection, he's triggering my rejection wounds, okay? I feel insecure. I feel like I'm not good enough. I feel like I have to try harder. I have to prove myself to him. I have to earn his love. I have to earn his trust. I have to earn. Work. Well. See me, I be well. See me, do me, da. Hey, what can na. And I get my turn. Try me, I deserve it. But okay. Really though. And again, I'm going to keep saying the fatherless wound has healed, because it has. But back then, it was really a thing where I genuinely felt that I needed to show up in every connection in my life as I need to work for this. I need to earn your love. I need to earn your vulnerability. I need to work hard. I need to perform so I can gain a connection out of you. Yay, I won. What did you win? What did you win, babe? When you're performing, you're going to get this regardless. It's a performance. You're on stage. You're performing. And when I say performing, I'm not saying coming off and fake. I'm just saying I'm going to make myself very, very likable to you, because I can't grasp the fact of us not working out, and I can't grasp the fact of me not being good enough for you. So as soon as I study you, what I learn about you, now I'm going to apply that, and I'm going to make myself believe that I need to work in order to receive your love. Because that's the kind of love that I grew up with as a child. And That's what I mean by my experience. And I said my experience because, you know, I don't want to bash the person that I'm talking about. I don't want to come from any messy type of point of view, but I just need you to understand that when negative things happen in your life, and we're going to take a break from laughing and trolling and doing all that other shit, because tighten the fuck up. Like, somebody needs to tell you this, and I'm just going to be the one to say it. So you can hear me or you cannot hear me, but either way, it has to be said, okay? At the end of the day, negative experiences come into your life to make you aware of something. Of course, there's a balance between, you know, things that you just can't control and that's fine, you can't. But when we're talking about relationships, when we're talking about human connection, when we're talking about one human interacting with another, there's going to be multiple things that are going to trigger you at times that you're not going to have a control over. And they're triggering you because they want to make you aware of something. And so without this negative experience, I wouldn't have been able to learn how to love myself. Without this negative experience, I wouldn't have been able to be taught, oh, okay, you know what, I need to choose myself. Without feeling all those negative emotions, it would have never given me the motivation to be like, you know what? We both come from fucked up families, but even though we come up from fucked up families, I know that I don't have to be the same way my parents were. I don't have to carry on that generational curse. And if you choose to stay the same way that you are, if you choose to self-destruct and continue to stay stuck in your ways and continue to be ignorant and closed-minded to certain things when people are just trying to do what's best for you, then that's going to be your choice. And at the end of the day, when you feel that pressure, when you feel all that, damn, you know what, I should have, I should have, could have, would have, babe, that's going to be yours to carry. Like, seriously, that's some other shit. We all have our choices. We all come from fucked up families. Our stories have all been written before we were born. Save me the sob story. If you want to change, you're going to change regardless of how uncomfortable and how difficult it is. Because when I was crying and I was damn near sliding down the door, God, please help me. God, please, I need something different. God, please, I'm dying inside. Little shit like that. Yeah. Guess what? I still got my ass up and I still changed. So if I can do it, you can do it too. But I did it out of a place of I want to love myself. And certain people, they don't want to love themselves. Certain people, they want to stay attached to their pain and they want to stay stuck in an identity that they've created solely out of their pain. All right. This is the third location of the video. Because my devices keep dying. So now my nervous system is getting used to the dynamic that we have, right? It's getting used to things are really good and I'm getting this great high from things being really good, but then I'm getting this super spiral. Okay, I don't want to eat, I don't want to come out my room, I don't want to talk to anybody, I don't want to live, right? But I already felt these ways before I met him. So the reason why I'm spiraling is because the connection that me and him have is triggering the fact that I need to be aware of, damn girl, you gotta get a grip. Like, you can't put your happiness into his hands and you can't trust him to always do the right thing because you can't control what he does. You can only control what you do. And that's another thing that I mentioned earlier about the whole accountability. At the end of the day, somebody is only going to play with you as far as you're letting them play with you. So at the end of the day, it stops being about love and forgiveness and grace the minute that he feels comfortable enough to continue taking advantage. Why is he going to sit there and try hard when he, in his mind, thinks that he doesn't need to? He's going to show up the way that he is because I've already told him I accept you the way that you are because I love you. And we had that conversation. And even though, yeah, you know, I love yous were exchanged and I do believe that he loves me, but I just don't believe that we're ready for each other. And I generally believe that by the time that he's ready to be ready for something, I'm not going to be interested anymore. Which that's the point that we've reached now where I'm just not. I just don't want to deal with it. Like, if that's what I'm dealing with, like, I don't want to deal with that. I really don't. When you're dealing with an avoidant person, it's natural to feel like you're doing too much. And it's natural to feel like, oh my God, I'm super clingy. And I'm da-da-da. Because the person's not, it's not that they're not doing enough. They're not even meeting you halfway. You're just doing all of it. You're just doing all of it, okay? You're in the room, you want to hug, you want to be touched, you're initiating the hug. You want to kiss, you're initiating the kiss. You want to talk, you're initiating the conversation. You want to work things out, you're initiating the fact that you want to work it out. And now you're trying to convince the person to work it out. Like, it's just a very, I'm going to give. And I'm going to let you take. And then you're left with nothing. And then it's like, your face is breaking out and you're losing hair and you don't want to eat and you don't want to talk to anybody. You're losing your little sparkle. Yeah, all that. Trust me, I went through that. But are you really a bad bitch if you don't meet somebody and they don't drain the life out of you and make you forget that you're a bad bitch until you have a different awakening where it's like, I'm really the baddest bitch? The girls that know, little sisters in the chat. The girls that know are other, the girls that know are the girls that know, please. So that's my experience, okay? That's literally my experience. It's just feeling like I was doing too much all the time, feeling like all the love that I gave was never enough, or it was too much, it was too intense, it was too much, he couldn't handle it, he couldn't meet it, we couldn't have the conversations that I wanted to have. I always felt like I was taking care of him and I was never being taken care of. You know, it gets to a point where, hey, are you okay? Are you all right? And I'm never getting asked the same in return. I'm not getting any effort being shown. But like I said about the accountability, what we're not going to do is we're not going to sit here and act like we're being delusional bitches to be delusional bitches. We have no morals. We have no principles. Until you have morals, until you have principles, until you have standards, people are going to walk all over you simply because you're allowing them to. So like I said, if you want the man to change, but you're still giving him what he wants, and he doesn't have to change, he doesn't have to work, no effort, no nothing, he's still getting everything that he wants out of you, he's never going to change. Would you change if you were just getting it handed to you? No, right? You'd probably just take it. That says a lot about your character, but shit, it's the easy way. So he's not going to show up that way if he feels like he doesn't have to show up that way, and he didn't feel like he had to show up that way anymore. That's another thing with an avoidant. In my mind, I'm thinking he's pretending. No, it's not that he's pretending. It's the fact that he generally does not have we don't align when it comes to the serious and the deep shit. Why? Because I've done the work and he hasn't done the work. He hasn't done the work. I've already faced the worst parts of myself. He doesn't even want to admit that they're there. It was never going to work. It was just a little fairy tale. Just a little la la land, you know? And I mean, it would have worked if he got his shit together and he would have did what he needed to do. But who am I to sit here and pressure somebody or try and change somebody to do something that they're not ready to do when that's God's doing? I've already fell on my face enough times. I've already learned the same lesson over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. I'm crying. And each time I'm crying even more. And every time I'm getting hurt, I'm getting more hurt and more disappointed, to the point where now, right now, which into my experience, now, when we see each other, it's awkward as hell. It's awkward as hell because I don't feel comfortable being myself around you anymore. I don't feel comfortable being myself around you anymore. Because it comes to a point where you're dealing with an avoidant, you start getting like PTSD almost of their discards, which discards are just the way that they dismiss you, you know? Whether that means they're physically pushing you away, as in like, don't touch me, I just want to be alone right now, whatever. Or they're emotionally doing it. They're purposely going ghost. They're purposely not speaking to you. They're purposely not confronting the feelings that they have about whatever they have feelings about. They're just suppressing it. They're throwing it under the rug. They are literally, quite literally being a robot, right? They wake up, they brush their teeth, they wipe their ass from all the shit. They wash their face, they get ready for their day, and they don't operate the way that normal humans operate. Like, if anything, they're deep inside their mind. They're deep inside their hurt. They're constantly looking for the next distraction because they don't want to deal with their shit. Which, again, is fine, but, like, that's about to be your problem, because it reached a point where it was to the point where I didn't even feel comfortable laughing around him. Like, jokes aside, I did not even feel comfortable I did not even feel comfortable laughing around him, talking about meaningful things around him. Like, we just had no actual connection by that point. The only thing that we had before I decided to really break it off and before I literally confronted it, because I asked him, like, what are we doing? And he was like, I don't know. And I was like, okay, well, I don't know is an answer. Like, the fact that you didn't tell me what we were doing, the fact that you don't have a clear answer, you don't even know what you're doing, we don't have any business fucking with each other. And I just left it at that. Got in my car, gave him a little ride home, little pat on the shoulder, have a safe trip. You don't get no kiss from me, you don't get no hug from me, you don't get to touch me the way that you used to touch me. Like, that's, you got to understand, like, that's certain privileges right there that you just don't deserve anymore. Simple. So, with that being said, it came to a point where I did not feel comfortable being myself around him. Like, just not comfortable. And it's to the point where we're in the same room, it's not even words being said. The only thing that we have in common is the fact that we want to fuck each other at the end of the night. That's the only thing we have in common at the moment. That's the only thing that we're talking about. That's the only thing that gets a little smirk out of him or a little smirk out of me is, oh yeah, we're about to fuck. Because we know we got good sex. No. When I broke it off, the sex wasn't even good anymore because of how disconnected we were, right? If I want to feel close during sex, what do you feel when you're close? Intimacy. What do avoidants get uncomfortable with? Intimacy. So he's trying to have sex like we're just in the back of his car and he's just he's just having the time of his life right now. I don't want to have that type of sex. I want that I love you, candles lit, music in the background sex. I want that sex is medicine. I'm about to go to sleep like I haven't slept in years type of sex. I'm trying to get my pussy ate like I'm talking about in it. Like you're telling me you love me with the tip of your tongue. That's what I want. I don't want no little, you like that? You like that? You like that? I hate it. I hate it. Take it out. I hate it. No, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. And if you actually knew me, if you actually paid the fuck attention and got out of your own head, you would know that I don't even like that. And then it was the little nicknames that he would call me. It was the nicknames. All he ever called me was sexy. I hate that. I hate that. My biggest pet peeve is when a man, all he does is call you sexy. That's it. No beautiful, no princess, no gorgeous, no goddess, no light of my life. Just sexy, 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 sexy. Like I'm just a big fucking sex symbol. Like when you see me, you just can't wait to get your dick wet. I hate that. I hate that. Save all that sexy shit for when it's time to have sex. Other than that, see me as a person. What the fuck? Somebody real is hard to find. I just want somebody to treat me like somebody. But yeah. But like I said though, that's all he knows. Like that's all he knows. And then it's like not only am I dealing with an avoidant, but I'm dealing with an avoidant that just got attractive. You just got attractive. You just started getting bitches. You're going to want to go around and be a fuckboy. You're not ready for a real relationship. I don't know why I thought that you would be. Especially if we started off the way that we started off. And it's funny because it's like we started with sex and we ended with sex. We started great chemistry, great this, great that. Ended. Where did all of it go? You broke it. That's where it went. And that's another thing too. Avoidance will try and internalize it, right? They'll start making you think all these things of, oh, I'm not good enough. I have to, what I said earlier about working, trying to earn this person's love. You don't need to earn nothing. At the end of the day, if you have to show less love to get love, that it's weird. Like you shouldn't be in that situation. And I remember just internalizing all these insecurities that I had thought about myself. Like, damn, like, am I boring? Am I whack? Am I not fun to be around? Maybe I'm not as attractive. And I'm getting in my head about all these things that don't even exist. Because bad bitch that's watching this, if you weren't a bad bitch, he wouldn't need to like belittle you sometimes just to make himself feel like he's him. They don't do that with bum bitches. That's all I'm trying to say. There's a reason why the one that he wants is the one that got away, and he settles for the girl that's just there. There's a reason for that. Because girls cry first and guys cry later, type of thing. So yeah, but I finally reached the point, like, even if he wasn't to cry, even if he wasn't to miss me, that's okay too. You know, like, we don't always have to do the whole egotistical, oh, well, you know, he misses me. This is where home's at. Baby, you're talking to a Rolling Stone. He has like 5 different homes. Don't feel it. He's coming back because you're his favorite dummy, bitch. He's coming back because you always answer the text. And you always are down for the link up. And you're just always there. You're an easy yes. That's what that is. And even though on your point of view, you're saying yes because you want to spend time. And you do love him. And you do care about him. He doesn't view you like that. He views you as somebody he doesn't respect. And who gives a fuck about what he thinks? Who cares about how he views you? How do you view you? Do you want to be the girl that doesn't respect themselves? Do you want to be the girl that goes out of their way to make somebody comfortable when you're not even comfortable in the relationship yourself? Which, again, I'm internalizing certain things. This don't have nothing to do with me. The reason that I now don't feel comfortable being myself around you is because you've broken that trust. Is because you've broken that bond that we had with every time that you disappointed me and every time that you showed me that you're untrustworthy. That your words really don't mean nothing. That you can say one thing and maybe you mean what you're saying. That's great. It's genuine and all. But you don't have that whole action thing to show me that you mean what you say. I'm not being shown nothing. I'm just being told things. And then it's like at the end of the connection, I wasn't even being told things. I was just being fucked. You can keep it. I'm good. A bunch of bitches are going to open their legs for you. Go and have fun with that. But just know that that's where it ends. Like, every girl that you meet that you try and get deep with, that's where you're gonna get stuck a little bit. Like, damn, this makes me uncomfortable. I gotta go find me a bitch to give me some head. Quick. I need some therapy. Quick. I hate men like that. Still love him, though. Still love him, though. It is what the fuck it is, bro. You love people, but it's like you just reach a point in your life where you're able to you reach a point in your life where you're able to differentiate the two, right? You can love somebody and still wish them well and never speak to them again. And I feel like that's how I'm going to end this story off, okay? We're going to go through my notes and we're going to go through some things that I learned. So the patterns that I became aware of when I was around him: feeling uncomfortable with affection and it triggering my fight or flight. I'm a very affectionate person. I like to touch. That is how I show my love. That's how I show my love. I don't want to talk to you. I just need to touch you and I need to feel my skin on your skin. But I am a person where I don't really like the over clinginess. So the minute that I felt that I was being way too clingy, I already knew that I wasn't in the right situation, because if I'm dealing with the guy that I don't have to deal with all this and we're equally interested, if he's on me for most of the night, I'm going to need you to politely get the fuck off of me. I'm going to need you to watch the fuck out. That's it. I'm going to need you to watch the fuck out. I'm going to want my space. Let's have a conversation where we don't have to touch each other. Let's get to that part, right? But with him, I'm not getting any of it. I'm not even getting a smidge. So obviously it's going to make me fiend. And obviously it's going to make me feel like, why aren't we touching each other right now? Basically. Okay? Conversations felt forced, like I said, because they couldn't pass surface level. Internalization, right? Internalization. When you are an insecure person and you meet somebody, you get in a relationship or a friendship where now those insecurities are showing up, please remember that this person didn't make you nothing. Don't listen to this generation's egotistical and narcissistic mindsets. They didn't make you do anything. They didn't put a gun to your head and say, hey, act like this. You already had that wound within you, and that's what's causing you to act like this. And that's okay, because you needed to act like that to make you realize that you don't want to deal with the wound anymore. So now you have a choice. Are we healing it? Are we changing it? Are we fixing our patterns? Are we getting into what habits caused us to attract these kind of people in the first place? Or are we just going to sit there and play the victim card like, no, they did me so wrong. They did me so wrong, and all I wanted to do was love them. Yeah, but then you hated yourself in the process. You love them, but you hate how you act when you're with them. So you want to keep hating the way that you act when you're with them, even though you love them. When you could be dealing with somebody who loves you and loving you at the same time and loving the version that you are when you're with them. But your nervous system is going to choose your nervous system is going to choose a familiar hell compared to a unfamiliar heaven. That's how your nervous system works, because that's what has kept you alive for so long. That's what has kept you from getting hurt in these certain relationships. So don't hate yourself for those self-destructive habits. Just know that they are from a place of love. And once you recognize that they are from a place of love, then girl, you have that self-love within you the whole time. You just have to tap into it. Okay? Sex being the main intimacy felt on both ends, but being a disconnect after. Like I said, during sex, felt the closest to him. He felt the closest to me, right? And we're doing that, but as soon as we're done fucking, I'm literally on one end of the room and he's on another. Mind you, he has a childlike mindset. He doesn't think like a man. He's not thinking about aftercare. He's not thinking about, is she okay? He's thinking, I just got some pussy, I'm lit. If you come here right now. If you don't lay the fuck next to me and kiss my forehead, I'm talking a good 3 times before you get up and walk away and pick up that controller, even though you just lost 4 rounds back to back. If you don't come here and hug me and I love you real quick before you get up, what are we doing? Why are you doing that? Seriously. No, aftercare is fucking ridiculous. Don't play with me. It would be a huge disconnect after, because there was already a disconnect before it actually happened, right? Because I'm looking for that deep and that intimate feeling. Him, even though he's in that deep and intimate feeling, he's only in it as long as he lasts. And if you're lucky, you'll have that experience where if you're lucky, you'll have that experience where you are able to have a open conversation. And even though he didn't say much, he said everything that he needed to say. He said everything that he needed to say. You know, the first time we said I love you to each other, we were on the phone, and you know, I went out of my way to tell him, like, look, I don't want to do the casual stuff. Like, I do love you, and if you don't love me back, that's okay. But I need you to know that I do love you. I need to get that off my chest for my own peace, and it's okay if you don't love me back. And we had that whole conversation, and he was like, you know, he brought up a lot of things that I already knew, which was, you're not an avoidant for no reason. You were born into a really fucked up family, and you know, your mom never showed you affection the way that she needed to, and so of course you're going to be uncomfortable with women and blah, 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 blah. I can sit here and I can psychoanalyze people's behavior all day. You can sit here and you can psychoanalyze people's behavior all day, and let's be fucking real. If you think that I watch the same comfort show 10, 20 different times, and every episode I'm watching, I'm picking a new character to analyze, I'm picking a new character to sit there and nitpick and be like, you know what, you act like this because of this, this, and this. Why wouldn't you think that I do it in real life too? But like I said, psychoanalyzing is one thing. Sitting here and really trying to make excuses for the person, once you reach a point where you're making excuses, you're not psychoanalyzing anymore. It's one thing to know why somebody is doing something, but what's the reason that we keep putting up with it? What's the word for that? Because I promise you it's not psychoanalyzing. And I kept doing that. I kept telling myself, but he's never been loved before. If I just love him the right way, he's going to love me back. If I just show him that there's good people out here who actually care about his well-being, who want him to be successful, who think that he deserves to be cared for and loved for and paid attention to the way that he never was as a child. And if I just keep at it, it's going to happen one day. It's not. You're losing yourself. All that energy and all that potential that you're seeking in him when you can be putting into yourself. When you lay at bed at night and you have a vision of the best version of yourself, you know, getting up, getting on your shit, getting your things together. Where's the actions that control that reality for you? Instead of trying to quite literally force somebody to be the way that you want them to be when they're not ready to be the way that you want them to be, so just let it the fuck go. Direct your energy. Realize what attracted you to meet this person in the first place. For example, same thing, those fatherless wounds that we were just talking about. If you are a girl and you feel fatherless, you have no source of validation from your father, there's no emotional connection there, right? What us women tend to become is very male-centered, right? Anything that a girl does, it's like, oh, okay, girl, you did your shit. But if a man does it, it's like, oh my God, a man just noticed me. Oh my God, a man thinks I'm pretty. And I don't feel ashamed to say that. I just want to say that right there. Don't feel ashamed for resonating with certain things when you're at a low point in life or when you've been put in a position to think certain ways, right? If I go my whole childhood without any validation from my father, this is a man, then I'm going to seek validation from other men when I'm older. Like, it's 2 + 2. And if you're a woman and you're watching this and you resonate with this and you feel that same way, it's not going to be like that forever. He, you know, when he gave me the whole story about everything that he went through, it just came from a place of, you know, and I understand that and I empathize with that. But at the end of the day, I can't force you to be the person that I want you to be. And me continuing a connection with you, whether that be we're just linking up and fucking and whatever, if we end up doing that with each other, I'm going to continue to get hurt in the process while you can't get hurt because you wouldn't even know where to find the hurt. You've been suppressing your feelings for so long, you don't even know where to locate them little bitches at. You don't even know where they are. You're gonna have to find my iPhone on that shit. You're gonna have to call God. Hey God, can you show me? And then things in your life are gonna start to fuck up. And when you want to run and do that whole self-destructive thing, if that's what you're familiar with and that's what you keep choosing, that's what you're gonna keep choosing. Though that don't have nothing to do with me, basically. So let's talk about what we learned. Let's talk about what we learned for anybody who's dated an avoidant or anybody who has related to quite literally anything that I said in this video. Okay. Constant ghosting is not an excuse for the avoidance behavior. It's more about what you allow. The constant ghosting is not the avoidance fault. It's what you allow. Regardless of the fact that they feel safe when they are emotionally distant from their partner or from this person, it's not an excuse to keep coming into your life and leaving your life. Because then it comes to a point where they're showing you who they are and they're giving you these pattern recognitions. But if you don't actually use your resources are your eyes, your discernment, your intuition, that gut feeling that says, hey, maybe I shouldn't go back this time. Yeah, follow that shit. Locate that shit. Find my iPhone on that little shit. Okay? Press it. Get in tune with it. Tap into it. Because at the end of the day, if you're showing him that he's still going to get everything that he wants out of you, whether he's, in and out your life or not, why wouldn't he continue to ghost you? Like, why wouldn't he continue to show up and leave and show up and leave and show up and leave if every time he comes back, you're allowing him to come back? No explanation. You're not even asking him sorry. You're just happy that he's back. And now you're trying to do this whole chill girl persona, which you're not a chill girl. You're a passionate girl. You're a poet. You radiate love and light. So act like it. Act like it. And even love and light, sometimes you got to set the boundaries. There's a reason that it's daytime during the day and then it's nighttime during the night. Ah! There's a reason that it's daytime during the day and nighttime at night. It's a time for the light to shine. It's a time to embrace the darkness. And guess what? And guess what? And guess what? Guess what? Guess what? You need to leave. You need to leave to let the darkness enter. You need to leave to let the darkness enter, to let their demons that they're battling battle with them. Literally, sit there, watch them. They're going to square up. They're going to do their shit. I'm chatting. Shut the fuck up, bitch. You love to ramble for real. Constantly being accessible. Okay? Pressuring him to be the way that you want him to be. You're making a mistake. You're making a mistake. With an avoidant, the more that you cling, the more that they run. The more that you chase, the more that they run. The more that you show, the more that they're retreating themselves. They're not about to show you that side no more because they don't feel safe. And it has everything to do with them and nothing to do with you. So if you take anything from what I said, okay? Because when I did finally know that it was time to leave, there was a bald spot in my hair, okay? I'm not eating. I'm not sleeping. I'm going 24 hours without saying a word to anybody. I'm hanging out with my friends. I'm staring into space. I'm dealing with depersonalization. I'm like, is life even real? Is this even happening? Is this, like I'm literally just sitting there deep in my thought. And my moods became dependent on if we were speaking or not. The minute that I feel like I'm starting to consume you, I need to back away from my own peace. Now I don't give a fuck what you think. It's simple as you're not about to have power or control over me because you don't run this shit. This is my life. Okay? Okay? So if you take anything from what I said in this video, that is going to be the biggest thing, which is you cannot change them to be who you want them to be. They're not going to change unless they feel ready. And you pressuring them is not going to make them feel any more ready. Any more prepared to deal with what comes with actually changing and actually accepting the love that they never had. Okay? So I hope you enjoyed the story time. I know that it was a little more on like a serious side. I know that normally my story times are very like unserious in a way. But I do want to continue to do story times. I do have a bunch of funny ones that I can tell. So don't think it's, But I wanted to kick off the first podcast episode with my story time on experiencing an avoidant and how it literally almost took me the fuck out. And everything that I learned. So you can move on from whatever you're dealing with a perspective of maturity. And you can move on from what you're dealing with a perspective of love and grace. Love and grace. If I've learned anything from constantly being in shitty situations, whether life wanted me to be in that situation to learn something, or whether I put myself in it because those self-destructive habits, girl, get that shit together. But at the end of the day, if I'm sitting there and I'm letting this person go with love, then it can't come back to me. And my little sisters, I care about you, okay? Don't sit there and let all that negative stuff that you're holding on to come back to you and manifest itself in real form. Because now you're dealing with karma, okay? Now you're dealing with the whole hurt people. You think that the avoidant that I fell in love with and I would have did anything for was born like that? No, he was just a baby. He was just a baby. He was just a child. He had feelings like everybody else did. And nobody cared about them. Nobody cared about them. Nobody took the time to actually acknowledge him. You know, not only was he born into a really fucked up family, but he's dealing with multiple traumas at once. There's always something going on in his world where he feels that he needs to escape. And like I said, I'm not psychoanalyzing. I'm not making any excuses for behavior, but it takes one to know one. And I think that's where our connection really formed. It takes one to know one. I know where your insecurities are coming from because I deal with them as well. I know where your lack of not, feeling loved or accepted comes from. I deal with it as well. But it comes to a point where all that love that I'm pouring into you, I have to save some for me. And in order for me to even get in touch with that love that I have for myself, I need to leave you all the way alone. Because if you don't grow and if you don't change and if you don't become the person that not I want you to be, but you want to be. You know what I mean? People come into this life, nobody in this world is ever going to actually believe the words that come out of their mouth when they say that they don't care about love and they don't want connection. We are living in a universe where we are quite literally meant to be on this earth and experience those connections and experience love for one another and love for things. Love is all around you. You just have to pay attention to it. But yeah, I've said a lot, and hopefully you listened, and hopefully I made you laugh, and hopefully you liked it here and you want to hang out some more. If you want to FaceTime, I don't know, maybe I'll see you guys again next week or something. But I'm about to go do my arts and crafts. You see the little blinged out stuff? Yeah, I'm glad that you guys enjoyed this video. I'm glad that we were able to talk about everything that we needed to talk about. And for anybody who is dealing with an avoidant, you have my love, okay? You have my empathy, and you also have a little bit of my strength, okay? You have a little bit of my strength because I know that sometimes I may come off as, yeah, she's on her shit, da-da-da. But it's difficult. It's difficult to stand on your word. And this isn't a place for judgment, okay? I don't judge you. I'm not choosing to misunderstand you. At the end of the day, certain things just don't make sense, and love is one of those things. You can't control who you love, and you can't control whether they're good or bad for you, but you can control what you choose to put your time and your feelings into. And so if you think that they have so much power over you that you just can't let them go, you are sadly mistaken. It's about letting the bad outweigh the good, right? We accept the love that we think we deserve, and so how bad are you willing to get hurt before you let go? And what does that say about the love that you have for yourself? I'm going to leave you with that question. Let it marinate. Think about it. And then get back to me. I want to hear about it in the comments too. Love from your big sister, your favorite Brazilian.